Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is we are going to do a quick review of identifying equations and making true equations. That's what we did yesterday. What makes an equation an equation? Chris? Good. You have to have an equal sign. If it does not have an equal sign, it's called a living expression. Awesome job. Okay, so then what we're moving into today is with those equations, we're going to be able to solve addition and subtraction equations using T-charts. One of the most exciting things we will do this year in math. Okay? You are graduating from plugging numbers into your variable, like guessing and checking, to creating T-charts. Today is a big celebration because you're moving on. Okay? I was super excited today to start this lesson. I jumped out of bed knowing that we're going to start T-charts. It is a really cool thing. Have you ever heard of the math class algebra? This is like the definition of algebra. Okay, so we are in the heart of algebra. You'll do algebra in 7th grade. You'll do algebra in 8th grade and all throughout high school. You'll be using algebra. Okay? So this concept is really important. You good with that? Okay. What I want you to do now is I want you to write 2 equations on your paper. Okay. 2 equations on your notebook. I'm going to pass out your guided notes. Okay. An equation? Is it an equation? Yes or no? All together? Yes, because it has an equal sign. Now, is this a true equation, meaning balanced? Is it unbalanced, not true or false? Or we don't know? What do you think? Awesome, perfect. Love the participation with the arms. It is a balanced equation. Okay, it's a true equation. Okay, does someone have an equation that is unknown, if it's true or not? Balanced. 3x equals 9. We don't know that this equation is balanced because we don't know the value of x. Okay? How do we make this equation true? Bryce? Good. If we say x equals 3, 3 times 3 equals 9. Okay? You've been doing problems like this. 3 times some number equals 9. Have you ever seen a problem like this with the open box? You've probably been seeing questions like this since 1st grade, right? 4 plus some number equals 6. What's that some number? Chris? It's 2. 4 plus 2 equals 6. You made the equation true. So what we are doing today, we are graduating from guessing and checking or filling in the unknown box, and instead we are going to use T-charts. Okay? This is really exciting because you don't have to guess and check. Okay. So we'll do one more guess and check, and then I'm going to show you the T-chart. Let's look at our guided notes here. It says, how many comic books do you need to add to 17 comic books you already own to have a total of 30 comic books? Solve the equation. 17 plus x equals 30. Go ahead and solve for that, meaning go ahead and solve for it. What is the value of x? Okay, by guessing and checking, what number can we plug in 17 plus some number equals 30? What is that some number? Megan? 13. 17 plus 13 equals 30. 13. Just checking my answer here. That's 30 equals 30. All right. Are you ready to dredge? This is going to make life so much easier when you have big, challenging problems. Maybe not when you have small, easy ones like this, but when the harder the problems get, the more helpful a T-chart is. Okay? I do require that you have a T-chart for every single problem, even if you can do it in your head. The reason is because I'm not only teaching you how to get solved for the variable, also teaching you how to use a T-chart. So you know how to use it in 7th grade. So you know how to use it in 8th grade. It's easier to learn the process with easy problems than going to 7th and 8th grade, doing really challenging problems, and learning how to do the process. Okay, so I'm looking for correct answer, but I'm also looking for, do you know how to use a T-chart? Is everyone clear with that? You should not be pouting about that. Okay? I'm doing it for a reason. It makes it life easier in junior high and high school. Okay? All right. So I want you on your guided notes to rewrite this problem. What time is it? What time is it?
Right now?
What time is it? No, it is not, Scarlett. It is not. So any time that I ask you, what time is it, from now on, I'm not looking for the time. I'm looking for you to say, T-chart time. Okay? So it's a helpful hint for you to remember. If I walk by and don't know what you're doing, I'll say, what time is it? That's a cue to you to use a T-chart. Okay. Well, I usually do this thing in here where I'll say, what time is it? And you can say it as loud as you want. Class had no energy. Could hardly hear them. Do you want to do it as loud as you can?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we even have our online students that we can show how loud we are since I'm recorded. So, remote students, are you ready? We're going to practice. Okay, I want you to do it quietly. I'm going to say, what time is this? You're going to say, act like you're doing it really loud. Don't be loud. That's what you'll do, okay? Practice. What time is it? One more time. What time is it? All right. As loud as you possibly can be. Like as loud as you want.
Ooh, okay.
Here it comes, remote students. Be ready. What time is it?
T-chart time!
Nice. So much more energy than last. Awesome.
Can we do it again?
Okay.
Yeah, can we do it again?
Later on in class. Okay. T-chart time. What is that? That is making a T. We're going to put a vertical line through the equal sign. You should have rewritten the same equation. You're going to put a horizontal line underneath the equation. And we've created a T-chart. It's just our balance. Okay, here's your vertical line. Here's your horizontal line. What is our goal in these type of problems? Colin?
To make it a true statement.
To make it a true statement. To make it a true statement, we need to figure out what? What the value of, well, good, what the value of x is. So we're looking to get x by itself. But I have 17 plus x. How could I make it just x? Anyone have any ideas? I have 17 plus x. I just want x. Elian.
Subtract 30 by 17.
Yes. But we're not there yet. What do we need to do to get x by itself? Move 17 down. And what are we going to do to that 17? We need to get rid of it, so we need to subtract 17. Okay, if you have 17 plus some unknown value, then you minus 17. These two cancel each other out. Here's our t-chart. If we want to keep this balanced, and I minus 17 over here, what do you think I'm going to have to do over here to keep it balanced? Colin? Not minus 30. I have to do the same thing. Keep it balanced. I should minus 17. So the key is, in your t-chart, whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. That's what keeps your equation balanced. 17 plus x minus x, we're left with just x. We've gotten rid of these 17s. Now we have 30 minus 17. You can't do that in your head, just do it off to the side. 30 minus 17 is 13. My equal sign comes down. X equals 13. Wasn't that our correct answer earlier? Okay. Did we guess and check? No. Okay. There's one more step, and I will also require this step. And that is, you can figure out if you have the correct answer or not. When you turn that test in, you should know what your score is, because you can check every single question. Don't you want to know that? X equals 13. Anyone have any idea what you could do? Will? Not 17 minus 30. Lucas?
13 plus 17.
Good. We're going to plug our value for x into the variable. So we'll say 17 plus 13. Does that equal 30? Okay, off to the side. You can do it again. 17 plus 30. Or 17 plus 13 is 30. I look for a check mark. So if you do not have all of this written down right here, please do so, because this is all the work that I require you to have. In doing this, you have all of your work, you get your answer, and you get to see if you have the correct answer. Okay? If it's not 30 and 30, it's not balanced. So it means you have the wrong value for your variable. What do you think? Think you can handle a t-chart? Okay, we'll keep practicing. This is something that we are going to do for a little while. Okay? It's that important. All right. Let's do solve. 8 plus x equals 36. 8 plus x equals 36. What time is it? T-chart time. There it is. Making our t-chart. Our goal is to get x by itself. How are we going to get x by itself here? We have 8 plus x. So we have 8 plus some number. How do we get to be just that number? Megan? You got it. We minus 8. Great job. If I minus 8 on the left side of the balance, what do you think I should do to the right side of the balance to keep it balanced? Mark? Minus 8. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Okay, on the left-hand side, what are we going to be left with? Colin? X equals 36 minus 8. 28. Am I done? Bryce, am I done? Nope. What do I need to do? Perfect. Check your answer. This is the answer. We have to check and see if that's right. So we take 8 plus 28, the value of x. Does that equal 36? 28 plus 8, 6, 3, 36. It checks off. Again, show me that check mark. When we add, what are we doing under the t-chart? Megan? We subtract. Okay? So if I gave you a problem like this, x minus 5 equals 13. It's not on your guided notes. Just follow along up here. What time is it? Short time. What am I going to do to both sides to get the variable by itself? Charlotte, you got it. Add 5 and shove. My left-hand side would have x because minus 5 and a plus 5, those are opposites of each other. They would cancel each other out. What is 13 plus 5? 18. Go back and plug in my answer. Here's the answer. 18 minus 5 equals 13. Equals 13. Checks off. Okay? Alright. Here we go. Now to the next part. And your answers in your guided notes for this question. When we add, when it's adding in the equation, in the t-chart we do subtraction. When it's subtraction in the equation, we do addition in the t-chart. What is that called? Called eating out? Perfect. Inverse operation. So to solve for equations using a t-chart, you use the inverse operation or the opposite operation. So the subtraction is the inverse of addition, or subtraction undoes addition. Addition undoes subtraction. They are the opposites or inverses of each other. Is everyone okay with that? Alright, so what we're going to do is, in part 2, we're going to fill out this table. We'll do the first two together. We're going to look at A. Each equation shows an operation. Write each equation under the inverse operation of the operation shown. So inverse operation. In A, we have D minus 3 equals 267. What is the inverse operation? Lily, what do you think? D minus 3 equals 267. What is the inverse? Addition or subtraction? You got it. So you can put A in your addition. Alright, let's do E then. E says 98 equals n plus 17. Kara, what is the inverse operation? Subtraction. Right? Here's addition. The inverse is subtraction. So E. Alright, go ahead and place the rest of these equations in the table that it belongs. All right, let's go ahead and look at B. Where does B belong? In addition or subtraction? Remember, it's the inverse. Libby. Addition. Awesome. What about C? Chris?
Subtraction.
On to the subtraction. Here's the addition. The inverse is subtraction. What about D? Kara? Addition. Remember, it's the inverse or the opposite. What about F? Mark? Good. F goes subtraction. G would be, Bryce?
Subtraction.
Good. H would be in? Addition. And I has subtraction, so it needs to be in addition. Okay? We good with that? All right. Go ahead and turn your paper over to the back. You want to try one of these on your own now?
No.
Let's just, okay? Do the best you can. If you want to talk to your partner, the person sitting next to, you can. Okay? But otherwise, try it on your own. Solve, or it says write a simpler equivalent equation. Hint. Solve using a T-chart. All right, y minus 24 equals 57. What is the value of y need to be to make it a true equation? Okay. Step number 1, Alistair, is going to be what?
Make your teacher.
Yes. Make your teacher. Then what? Shiloh. Why are we adding 24? Skylar. Perfect. It's the opposite or the inverse of minusing 24. Why are we doing it to both sides? Livy. So you keep it balanced. Perfect. Okay, on the left-hand side, what are we left with? Colin.
Y.
We're left with just y. Equal sign comes down. On the right-hand side, this is where people get a little lost. You're going to solve everything on the right side. You have 57 plus 24. What does that give us? Will. So y equals 81. And we're done. We're not done yet. Not. Okay, this is your answer though. So this y equals 81 is the simpler equivalent equation. It's simpler because we've solved for it, and it's equivalent because these two have the same value, and it's an equation because they have equal signs. Does everyone see that? Email, you're not opening your Chromebook. Close it. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to plug it in. 81 minus 24, does that equal 57? 81 minus 24, borrow here. 57 equals 57. It checks off. There's our check mark. Good? Okay, go ahead and solve the one below it. D minus 29 equals 85. What are we doing to both sides? Shiloh? Or what are we doing first? Oh, man, almost forgot. What are we doing first, Shiloh? Then what are we doing? Lucas?
Add 29 to each side.
So add 29 both sides because we have the inverse operation of subtraction is addition. Whatever you do one side, you must do to the other. D equals, what is 85 plus 29? Chris? 114. Do we agree with that? Well, again, 114 minus 29 equals 85. Equals 85. Checks out. Do you see how doing this, you know if you have the correct answer? It's a nice tool. All right, how about we do two problems that are larger than this? Well, let me do this. Let's solve C minus 28 equals 942. One, number two. Solve these two. Due to time, I'm just going to go over a little bit. Please don't pack up. Made my T-chart. What am I going to do to both sides? Skylar. Good. Why am I adding 28? Someone else. Libby. Good. You have to do the inverse operation. Over here, what would I do to both sides? Megan. Good. Subtract 76. Whatever you do one side, you do the other. Okay? Inverse operations. On your homework tonight, I will need to see T-charts. I will need to see check marks for every single question. I will check your work tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of the day.